Well, hello neighbors, John the Whiskey Neighbor here, and today I wanted to talk to you about a pretty special whiskey in Canada. It's a Canadian whiskey, unique one-time release, and it was recently gifted to me by my brother Dave. It's called Dissertation. It's only available in Ontario, so I'll give you my thoughts after the break. Yeah, so as I was saying, friends, Dissertation, J.P. Weiser's Dissertation, is only available in Ontario. I have read quite a bit about this release. I have hoped that one day I might get a bottle, and then actually I pretty much had given up hope because it came out a little while ago. Was it 2016? And it represents Dr. Don Livermore's work. He's the master blender now at with the Corby Group at the here in Walker Distillery. Anyways, I thought it was all gone and I'd missed it, and just another release that I've heard great things that I would miss. And then my wife went home to visit family, and Dave, what an awesome gift. Thank you so much. So for listeners, this is, Dissertation's got a pretty cool story. So I'm going to I'll tell it as quick as I can, but just to give you some background, I believe Dr. Don Livermore was doing some work for the here in Walker Distillery, for Corby Group, trying to understand the I'm not sure the depth of it. I have not read his dissertation, so this is, a summary of a summary of a summary. I'm quite sure you should go and look up the original research. But in essence, some of the things that he worked on were char levels, length of time aging in casks, trying to really get at the science of what's happening to whiskey and why do we, in general, appreciate aging our spirit in oak, toasted or charred oak, and for a length of time. And I think, as I said, it's a summary of a summary, but from what I understand, part of his work discovered that a lot of the wood interaction, a lot of the, certainly the additive, like the vanillas and the flavors we get from wood, come in the first 200 days. And also the char level, I think it was char, okay, he did 2 and 4. Now I've completely forgotten. Someone correct me in the comments, but I thought it was char level 2 had the best interaction as well in terms of imparting flavors. Now there's more to be said about subtractive, and that is, if you go to a higher char level, you have more charcoal, and then of course it's going to have like a charcoal filtering, like it's going to have a removal of impurities. But in terms of adding wood flavors that we like, it's the first 200 days, and I think it was a lower char level 2, that helped the most. But then a lot of what we associate the good changing of whiskey is actually with time and with oxidation of the spirit, and it does just frankly take time. Anyways, after he did all of this different work, different barrels, different char, different levels, and did a lot of that work, what I understand is, took all of the barrels, after tasting and understanding what's in them, and then decided to blend a whiskey. And the result of that whiskey, so in a sense, the result of his dissertation is this bottle right here. As I said, available only in Ontario. However, I thought they were all gone, that there might still be some bottles, which is why I thought I better shoot this episode right away. It's bottled at 46.1%, which I think is the molecular weight of ethanol. I've heard that. I didn't do the calculation myself, but any science geek out there should do that very quickly and see if that's right. I understand, I have not seen an official release of what the rye, corn, barley ratio is in the spirit. But I'll tell you what I think just based on this. Now, as I said, it was a gift. I actually cracked it open yesterday. It spent a good hour just really enjoying the drink. And then now I came home from a long series of meetings today and thought I better shoot this quick. So this is just on that edge between a tasting and a review, probably a little more tasting and first thoughts than review. But I wanted to thank Dave and also just to get these thoughts out there. So, on the nose, I think there must be a strong backbone of rye in here. And by that, I mean, if you've been following my channel at all, you've heard me talk about Lot 40, their rye, and certainly the Lot 40 cask strength. And to me, very quickly on the nose, I'm getting some of those fruity, almost floral notes that I like from the way they treat their rye. Fruit for me is light, fresh, but a little red. So I think red apple is where I want to go with this, but a crisp apple still. We're not talking a very soft or juicy. This is still crisp. But very quickly I'm getting, it's funny. I tend to call that kind of sugar note maybe a brown sugar or a caramel. But the funny comment was a lot of people when they're reviewing Canadian whiskeys will say maple syrup. I don't think it's as sweet as maple syrup, at least when I have maple syrup. But definitely, a nice sweet, but then there's fruit, a little bit of floral. But if I spend time in it, and I did last night, I can even get a little bit of peppery on the nose. Makes me want to have a sip. I think this whiskey is really a full experience. So on the mouthfeel, buttery, coating in a good way. You want to say smooth, but this whiskey isn't, that in the sense that, the mouthfeel is that good, that kind of butter. And the sugars move quickly to toffee or toasted Werther's type sugars, that kind of nice, feels good up front on the tongue. But definitely from that fruity nose, I'm getting rye almost immediately down the sides of my mouth in a nice peppery balance to that buttery, smooth up front. But it swallows so nicely. If I were to kind of breathe a little bit here, certainly if I have a few more sips. Yeah, and the sweetness is quick. Especially if you keep it in the front of your mouth, you'll really go, oh, it's quite sweet. You'll notice those sugars. But then if you have a few sips, and now you're into this a little bit of a warming hug, the finish comes back. That's where I definitely am having good oak, good wood notes, and wood spice. Some smoke in there. Smoke is not up front. I wouldn't really say it's smoky for me. Maybe if I spent a bit more time, maybe that's going to come out more. As I said, it's early in the bottle and early in my journey with this expression. But finish is still there. Like now we're talking, but I can still get that. There is a little bit of some bitterness right now. Not unpleasantly so. Didn't come up right away. It wasn't something that but as I talk more, you're left with that dying wood expression, that fading. In the mouth, it's still a bit sweet. The tongue is still a bit excited. But as I breathe, there is just a little bit of echo of some wood notes that could be on the edge of bitter. But yeah, sweet and floral. toasted sugar, spicy rye, oaky finish. You know, I think when you're going to a whiskey, certainly a Canadian whiskey, this is an experience that if you're going for that, you're going to enjoy. Last night, as I was having a quick second pour, I also poured a little bit of the Canada 150. So this isn't a true comparison, but I just wanted to know, oh, you know, they're the same family. And the Canada 150 did seem a little gentler, a little older. This one is a little youthful. I don't know what the age in. I think what I read earlier before I had a bottle, I thought they said maybe around 10 years, that it's made up of spirits that are right around that 10. I don't know. But the rye characteristic, the spice, and in the nose is definitely up front with this dissertation. So if you like rye, I think you'll really enjoy this bottle. Tough, as I said, it's pretty early for me to give a star rating, but this is delicious. So absolutely recommended. I would like it more as a short comparison than even to the Canada 150, but only if you enjoy rye. So that puts this for sure 4.5 to 5 stars. It's you know, if it could age maybe a little bit longer, it'd be perfect. So I want to keep it shy of perfect, but what a unique, and I'm so thankful. Just want to give another shout out again to Dave. Thank you so much. What an amazing gift. Sometime in this life, I hope I can return the favor. It definitely has good flavor. You guys, thanks for joining me for this quick kind of tasting of Dissertation, JP Wiser's. Look, if you're in Ontario and you like whiskey, especially if you like Canadian, and especially if you like rye, this is beautiful. I definitely feel like it's 5 stars. And certainly, I would say you owe it to yourself to get a bottle of this before it is truly gone from the shelves. It's not coming back, and it's got a great story. So thanks for joining me, John, your whiskey neighbor. Comment below, like the video, or subscribe if you have not had a chance to do that yet. I think we're growing a nice community here. You guys take care. May you find something fun and spicy like this in your glass sometime soon. You guys take care. Bye.